Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Florida Weather Watch YouTube channel. My name is Daniel, and I'm here to bring you up to speed on the potential for a severe weather outbreak for the Florida Panhandle and northern Florida coming up from late tomorrow night all the way through into Tuesday afternoon. But before I continue, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that like button as well. And if you have questions about this severe weather outbreak that is potentially coming for the Florida Panhandle and northern Florida, the northern half of Florida over the next couple days, please leave that in the comment section down below. I am more than glad to answer your questions and your concerns about this severe weather outbreak that could be coming. Well, today I'm going to start out with a different view. This is the Storm Prediction Center Day 2 Outlook. This Day 2 Outlook is valid from tomorrow uh, morning at 7 o'clock to Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. That's how the Storm Prediction Center works their days. So it starts from 7 a.m. one day to 7 a.m. the next day. And what this is showing, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, which is responsible for forecasting severe thunderstorms, hail, tornadoes, damaging wind, they issue what are called outlooks. These outlooks show the potential for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes during a certain time frame. And what these colors mean is the percent, like the chances for severe weather. Okay, so what you're going to see is let me go ahead and do it like this. In the dark green areas, you're looking at a 1 in 5 chance for severe weather, which equals about a 20% chance for severe thunderstorms in that area in dark green. Okay, next is this yellow color right here. This yellow color is another step up. This is a slight risk for severe weather. That's typically what's called 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale, or a 40% chance for severe thunderstorms. And now the concerning thing that I noticed today with the Storm Prediction Center is this color right here, this orange color right here. This orange color represents an enhanced risk for severe weather, which is a 3 out of 5 on the severe weather scale, or a 60% chance for severe weather in that area. Okay, so what this is showing is that the Storm Prediction Center, you're going to notice it's right here in the western Florida panhandle for tomorrow, late tomorrow night into the early morning hours on Tuesday. But you're going to notice how the western part of the Florida Panhandle, which does include Pensacola here, and actually getting into the Panama City area and Mexico Beach areas, you are under an enhanced risk for severe weather. This will not happen during the day tomorrow. There's no concern during the day tomorrow, although there will be showers and thunderstorms building out ahead of this event. But overnight tomorrow night, the thing that is a real concern to me is the Storm Prediction Center has issued on this graphic here, their tornado outlook here. They have issued what's called a 10% significant tornado risk. What a 10% significant tornado risk means, there's a 1 in 10 chance of a tornado in that area, which is actually very significant for tornadoes. And with these hatch marks right here that they're showing in this graphic here, you are also going to see the potential that a tornado or two could be of EF2 strength or higher, which means that a strong tornado or two cannot be rolled out in this area. It's going to start in the New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana area tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Then it will overspread into the Biloxi, Mississippi region, into Mobile, Alabama, and then eventually into the Florida Panhandle. Today I'm going to show you what that looks like on the models. Another significant thing that I'm noticing here is a 30% chance of significant damaging winds with these storms that are going to come through late tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, and following all the way through into Tuesday morning and afternoon, as this system will spread across northern Florida, and I'll go over that risk as it develops as well. I'm probably going to release another video tomorrow night after I get home from work. So the bottom line is, with this event coming up, is that tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, the people in the Florida Panhandle, including Pensacola, Panama City, and Mexico Beach, those areas, you are under the gun for a possibly a significant severe weather event for this time of the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch this out, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at, show you exactly why is this happening and what are the factors in place that are happening. And typically, people in Florida don't think this happens, but the weather that happens over the Colorado Rocky Mountains sometimes has a significant impact on the weather in Florida. And the reason why is because in the northern hemisphere, uh, all of our weather goes from the west coast to the east coast here. Okay, and so that's in the northern hemisphere. It goes from the west coast to the east coast. So especially in winter, when you have these cold fronts and storm systems coming through, you have to look towards the west. Wait, the west. I have to forget my camera's flipped for viewership here. But from west to east, you have your storm systems that come across. One thing that I'm very much watching and noticing here is a pretty significant disturbance in the atmosphere that has developed. It is right over here. Okay. Actually, let me go ahead and let me do that color in red here so you can see it better. Okay. Oops. So there is a pretty significant disturbance in the atmosphere where you're seeing a lot of these what are snow showers breaking out over the midsection of the country here. And you can kind of even see that there's also a dip right here in the pattern here, a dip in what's called the jet stream here. Okay. And this dip in the jet stream is going to provide energy in the atmosphere. And there's gonna be a lot of cold air behind this digging trough in the atmosphere, so to speak. And what's going to happen is this system is going to march on across the country in this direction. As this comes across the country in this direction, starting tomorrow, it is also going to hook up with some even more energy here. You're going to notice that we have a lot of streaming clouds coming across the Gulf of Mexico here. This is what's called the subtropical jet because it comes from the tropics and then it comes into a subtropical zone here. And that's going to add wind energy into the atmosphere as well. So what's going to happen is when this upper level disturbance right here, this upper level trough, comes screaming across the United States here starting tomorrow, and it links up with this energy, this big time wind energy across the Gulf of Mexico, it's going to create a storm system. And this storm system is going to be on the severe side of things, where the potential for tornadoes is indeed there. So as these two systems kind of merge together, and the base of this trough here meets up with this energy over the Gulf of Mexico here, that is why you're going to see some chances for widespread severe weather on the central Gulf Coast of the United States late tomorrow into Tuesday morning. Now let me show you what it looks like on the models here. Okay, this is called the RAT model. This is called rewind. This is the RAT model. The RAT model is one of the models we look at as for severe weather forecasting to see what are the elements in place, and how are the storms going to develop and form. Now, okay, again, this is a computer forecast model. As we've seen so many times before, things can change with models and everything. And I don't really want to pay attention to the fine specific details yet. That's going to be when the storm system starts developing tomorrow night. Um, but what this is going to show is kind of what's going to involve with this system here. So this is as of today at 4 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to set this through time. And then as I step through time, you can kind of see that streak of energy across the Gulf of Mexico here. This is what the radar may look like. And then at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, watch this surge of moisture and energy here. Okay, so we're gonna have a big time surge of moisture energy that is going to feed into the system here from the Gulf of Mexico. Part of that, going back to here, it's because of this trough that it's because of this jet stream that's over the Gulf here, and then as that moisture rises and it's going to meet up with this storm system here coming from the Rockies here, watch what happens. There we go. Now we're seeing that tomorrow, this is the storm start building on this model roughly around 8 o'clock. No, that eight that's 18Z. That's 12Z is 10 o'clock. So that means that 18Z is 4 o'clock. So this is about 5 o'clock tomorrow evening here. And then watch as this gets going. Then we start seeing widespread showers and thunderstorms over the central Gulf of Mexico, really kicking off in Louisiana and Mississippi. But typically, what's out ahead of the storm system gets to have access to the best moisture, to the best environment, and that's why the Western Florida Panhandle is of concern here. And then this is digging. This is now that is Tuesday. That's Monday night at 7 p.m. And then actually I forgot. If I'm talking about the Florida Panhandle here, I should talk about Central Standard Time. That is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time because the Florida Panhandle is in Central Standard Time. And then as we step it through time here, you can notice that some more showers and thunderstorms move through. And then there'll be kind of a break early Tuesday morning. And then the main line of showers and thunderstorms really breaks out across the Florida Panhandle coming up on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Okay, actually, let me go ahead and erase all that drawing there. And then bada boom, this line comes through. And then this is why there's another risk for severe weather coming Tuesday. This is Tuesday at 1 p.m. right here. And as I step through time, the storms continue to march through down to the Tampa area by tomorrow evening. And tomorrow night, the storm system still is going, not as strong, not as severe at this point because most of the energy is up towards the Carolinas at this point. But the bottom line is there is a pretty significant severe weather event possible for the Florida Panhandle starting tomorrow night and lasting into Tuesday morning here. These are the tornado. So we are looking at enhanced risk for severe weather. The main threats are going to be the potential for very strong damaging wind gusts above hurricane force, possibly. That's indicated with this red shading here with the wind outlook. And then there's a 10% chance for tornadoes, and a couple of them may be very strong tornadoes of EF2 variety or higher tomorrow night. And then when we look into day 3, which would be Tuesday night into Tuesday morning into Wednesday morning. Actually, I have to change the view here because it was just updated at the Storm Prediction Center here. Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning, we are looking at a severe weather outbreak possible for the for much of Florida. All of Florida will have a severe weather risk coming on Tuesday into Wednesday here. But the most significant severe weather chances are again going to be in the Florida Panhandle. That will include Tallahassee coming Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, and then going down the peninsula by Wednesday morning. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please be weather aware. Please make sure that you have your eyes and ears for any possible warnings that do happen tomorrow night into the early morning hours on Monday. I can't promise I'll be able to stay up during the event because I do have to work. I'm going back to work tomorrow. But hopefully, this event will not be too bad, even though right now it looks like the probabilities of severe weather are continuing to increase. Um, but the chances are there for severe weather. The chances are there for tornadoes. I actually forgot to show why there's a chance for tornadoes. Let me go back to this. So one thing that we look at for the potential for tornadoes is three things. You need energy at the surface. You need energy that the storms can feed off of, and you need turning with winds with height. And what these winds show is the different wind directions at each level of the atmosphere. And I kind of want to show why there is the potential for tornadoes in the Florida Panhandle. Okay. And this is mainly for um, the early Tuesday morning hours here. Okay. What you may, what you're going to notice is that the winds at the surface here, the winds at the surface are going in this direction here. They're coming from the south and east. Okay. Then you have winds at the lower levels of the atmosphere that are coming up from the south. And that's why you're seeing all the storms build up and move from south to north in the Gulf of Mexico. And then you have your upper level winds. That's a bad color to choose. Let me do black here. You have your upper level winds screaming like this across from the southwest to the northeast. And when you have those winds that are crossing in different directions in the atmosphere, that's where you can get your spin and your rotation in the atmosphere. So that's why there is a tornado risk as well for late tomorrow night into early Tuesday morning across the Florida Panhandle here, because there is going to be wind shear. There's going to be changing of wind directions with height, and that could get storms rotating and spinning pretty easily. Um, so going back to this outlook here, for those of you that are in the Florida Panhandle, and then eventually into Tuesday and Tuesday afternoon, all of the Florida Peninsula north of Lake Okeechobee, please be weather aware. I will be providing more and more updates to my Facebook page on Florida Weather Watch Facebook page. Please go follow that page as well if you do have Facebook. But I will be praying for everybody's safety here as this severe weather event unfolds late tomorrow into the overnight hours and Tuesday morning. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining. I apologize if this is a longer video, but this is a very important video. And thank you very much for your patience and trusting in me. I hope you have a spectacular Sunday night. Go Dolphins tonight. And with that being said, as my late great cross country coach Jim Richardson would always tell me, there'll be weather, whether or not. But even if the weather becomes severe, I'll be here to keep you ahead of the storm. Thank you very much and have a great night.